So we're fixing to get this going. I was wore out, so it's almost getting pretty dark. Trying to figure out what that is. Not sure what that is. Looks pretty weird. Looks like something cracked and they welded or something. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and let this run. I gotta fill it up, and also I gotta grease it. And I'm gonna get the brush cutter. I'm gonna get that bucket, and then I'm gonna get the ripper, which I can pick it up and throw it on the truck. It's not light at all. It's still pretty heavy. So with that dozer, it did bend this one, so I'm gonna buy the pin that goes in there, put it in there. So yeah. So I'm gonna try to get that done, try to get everything cleaned up, and then I got to put some def in that. So yep, let's go ahead and get this cleaned up, double checked, make sure all the fluids are good. I do have oil and stuff to put in it. We'll have to get it I'll have to get it changed. Can't remember what I did with all this stuff. It's somewhere, we'll find it. Wish I knew how much work this was just to grease them. That's why I wish I had a reel system that's set up here, so that way I could grab on both sides. It just costs a lot. Got spider webs. See that one right there? I'm about to fall out. What you doing? Yeah, I didn't do all that wonderful stuff. That's one thing I don't like about this one. The 305s. You gotta close this janky freaking door. I like the old styles where they fold back. I think I got that. No, I thought I locked it. Not too terribly bad in there. Now I gotta jump back up there and turn the motor on. Oops. Gotta be careful. Wee-woo. All right, so I got the ripper, and I got to go get the brush cutter, which is right there next to the jet skis. So I'm gonna load it up and get it on there, and I'm gonna tie that down, so, or put a strap over it. We should be ready to roll in the morning. Well, I forgot to record the rest, but we got to the new place. Just getting that desk off for my computer. I love when you got people jumping out in front of you and turning or going, but I don't know if you can see or not. It's hard to tell. I can see it from here, but if you look closely, the crankcase tube's right underneath the driver's side, and when I've got her goosed, she's barreling smoke out of there. It looks like I'm dragging a tandem axle or something like that with brakes, air brakes. So I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm just going to hold it there for a second, and if you can see it, you can see it without wrecking. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it keeps throwing for cylinder 5. I've done replaced it. I've done recorded a bunch of stuff about it, but I'm never going to post it because it's just too much to deal with. But so I think I've got a cracked cylinder 5 or something like that. Something's got to be, because I mean it's got a good injector in it and it's still throwing codes for cylinder 5, so I'm not really sure. We're gonna go ahead and start building, like I said, on building that other 6.7 power stroke, and that way we can build this, and then we're gonna have the transmission ripped out and rebuild as well. So we'll see how that goes. But we need to do something before she goes completely down. And this is I can literally drag this trailer and skid steer and excavator around like it's nothing with this truck. So the 250 is a little bit struggy. She'll pull it, but It just don't have the stance as this truck does. It's got the weight. All right, so we up here on a farm. We're gonna help these farmers out, and see if I can't get this without ripping my strap off. But we're gonna get this farmer taken care of. He's right there with his grandson. Try to get in here and get this off nice and neatly without ripping something off. It's taking me a bit to remember the controls, but it's a 2-day job. What I can get done in 2 days. So they got a pretty big pond. So we're gonna go ahead and work on the dam that's right over here. It's their biggest priority thing, is getting that cleaned up, because they missed. I think COVID really hurt them because of their health. So, and their son stopped helping them with the bush hogging because, you know, everybody gets busy. So we're gonna try to track over here real quick and get this started. I brought the bucket and the ripper for the next job right down the road. So we should get some good footage here on this one. So we're gonna try to get her going. So I had to show them what this thing could do. I mean, it's one of those things you got to figure out how to use, but as well as the sun's right in my eyes, so it's probably is for you as well. So we got to clean up all this lower side. There's a spillway. He said it probably my excavator can fall in. Got to hit all this, everything close. So I think once it gets right here, the other side of the pond, like right here in this corner, I feel like he's dragging something, but we're gonna try to get as low as we can. The blade's the only thing that helps me keep from tipping, but when I get right here, it's like 2 layers where the cows cut through, and it's just wore it down. So this is going to take most of the day to get all this cleaned up. I couldn't find my tripod, so that's just something else I got to buy or find or do. So let's go ahead and get pushed over here. We're going to go ahead and get everything knocked back and low as far as we can. So I'm going to push this side back, that way I can use the blade to get this lower side. We'll have to go at an angle. All right, we got refinagled. We'll come over here and clean this up best I can. I just try to walk it just to make sure there was no sinkholes or anything where the machine will tip. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop it back a little bit. And the controls is a little bit backwards. Well, it feels backwards to me, but it's something you got to get used to get the angle of the pitch. That way you ain't eating dirt. This is gonna be fun. This is my first real job with this, other than using it on my property, on my dad's property. So it's pretty good. I just wish it had more, like when I go pick it up, it's real slow. But it's real nice. having to use a weed eater or something. Just go ahead and try not to tear it up too much. That way they can get back here with a tractor, kind of keep it maintained. Because it's kind of hard to see, because he said he ain't been back here cleaning this up in about 3 years. So it's kind of hard to get time when you're like mid-70s to get out here with a tractor, and it's really steep for a tractor. Like my excavator, be no problem. I'm not gonna lie, that thing tipped over, so yeah, I cleaned the bottom side of that. That's what I'm scared of, for it tip. So we'll just have to be very careful. Back into it, that way we'll have the blade on our back side or our front side, and then we'll be backed up away from the sun. Turn that beeper off. Let's see. Bogging down. I can barely hear it, but I can't, so I just got to go easy with it. I'm trying to get a lot more area each swipe. Clean the stobs up. Alright, so letting some of that cold air come in. It's pretty hot in here, which sometimes I just get in the mode and I keep going, but let's see. I'll show you. I turned it down because it gets kind of warm at times, which I mean it's a small machine. A big old bastard jumped over. You can kind of see what I got here. I'm trying not to sling myself. I mean, I pushed a pretty good bit, but I don't know how big this dam is, so or how wide it is. There's a big old crater you can see right there. There's a big old hole over there, cleaned up around the trees, and just kind of pushing this back a little bit so that way I can see where I'm going. But other than that, you can kind of see how much I got done here. Pushed a pretty good bit, pretty clean, almost to that, because I got to get over on the edge of that, clean that up, and then I got to make my way on the other side. They said it's really rough on the other side, so I'll just have to see, go from there. But I'm gonna clean that up right there if I can. All right, so letting the machine cool down a little bit. It was right on red. Can't have nothing nice, man. Ugh. Oh, I feel like I've been in there for days, but it's only 9:30. I got here right before 8, so I was just double checking everything. I like this thing, but I don't, to be honest with you. It's taking some beating, so. It's got some carbides and stuff like that. The other side's short. Pretty short. I think these are flippable, but I got to go through that access hole right there to swap them out. Shouldn't be too bad with my 3/4 inch. Those carbides are doing some pretty good clean. Ooh, sucker. I did smack a piece of cement over there. I don't know what it was. But right here is where the cows keep coming through, and they've got 2 ditches. They got a ditch here. It's probably like a good foot drop. So I'm trying to blade some of that dirt down in there too to get back here. I mean, I'm almost tempted to go grab my skid steer and mulch all this up and then just get the edge, but I don't know yet. But I'm about tempted to tell him that, which, I mean, it ain't gonna pay. I got a set price because they got chicken houses just like we do, and we know how it is, so it's very tight. I think he's got 4 or 5, but anyway, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I was just kind of pushing this back, cleaning this up. I'm gonna get as far as I can, and then I'm gonna start going down that way, and then if I get done, I may load this up and just take and grab the skid steer and just come up and finish the day tomorrow. So we're just trying to get this cleaned up, that way they can keep it maintained. All right, so I found, I guess, the spillway, maybe. The beaver's been over there because it looks pretty fresh right in there. See if I can't get over here, which I hit a bunch of these rocks. Ain't no big deal. Yeah, you can tell that beaver's been smacking it down. I don't think I can get over here. I'd probably sink or something. So try to get over here best I could. Got this big riprap rocks. So, but I bladed some of it kind of, because this was about washed out. So got this corner. I'm thinking, I thought it was bigger than what it looked like, but you can tell, I mean, I got some stuff to kind of come back and smack again. I mean, it's about the best I can do with this. I mean, it's not cutting good, but I'm gonna try to at least knock it down, and I'm thinking this is the lower side. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. So trying to clean this up, chop it down. I don't know where my tripod's at, so I'm gonna use this Craftsman pry bar, which I didn't know I had in there. So I'm thinking what's left is this little small corner right here. But other than that, it's doing pretty good. Just having to kind of chop it, and then once you get it in a good spot, then you have to move it. So then you have to start back over. So we only got just a little bit, so we're just going to hit this with a brush cutter, and we'll just kind of come back and kind of smack it a time or two what we already smacked. But I need to fix this. Anyway, let me fix this, because this is supposed to go up to the light right there, which the dingleberries didn't put on right, and the tree limb smacked it and broke it. Anyway, let's get this going. So I got pushing over here. I had with the way the cows came in and just kind of stomped everything down, made trenches and stuff like that. It's hard to just go on the side over here, and all that's so powdery. It's hard to do something turned around. It's just slinging up, and turning and twisting, making an absolute mess. But I'll tell you one thing, I'll tell you how much I like this brush cutter is pretty much selling the excavator and the brush cutter at the same time right now. So I do have it sold. So I'm doing this week. After this week, this turd is gone. Just pure the pure fact that I could go get me a 40,000 pound excavator and do a lot better work with it, I guess, make more money. It just costs so much. I mean, it's pretty much $900 a month for this thing, and then not counting the brush cutter is like $12,000 what I gave for it. And so I mean, just think how much that is, plus the $1,000 a year for the insurance. Yeah, so you can go from there. It's stressful because if you ain't got no work with it, then how are you going to pay that $900 a month? It's very hard. It's not that easy. So I'll probably never buy a Mini X unless I get enough work to where it pays for itself. But right now it's not, and it's nice to have a Mini X to rip up around, against fence lines and stuff like that. But like right now, brush cutter is so heavy, like it just struggles to pick it up. Like the Virnig X does. And I mean, the pump and everything else is good on the machine. It's just the fact of that's heavy, and it's taking me, it feels like twice as long to do. I mean, with that, I could have went faster with a bush hog with that. So that's just my 2 cents. But I'm only going to hit so far as they can hit the rest of it with their tractor. But I'm going to make it where it's safe for them to drive on. So, just trying to knock this back a little bit. That's good. Hit a nice rock. But, ain't no big deal. Because I'll tell you one thing, this brush cutter is heavy. It makes a big difference on this machine, even though it's built for this 305.5s. So my work is looking for a 305, so I pretty much sold them the whole thing. So after this week, I'll probably be loading it up, taking it to them. So kind of done with the excavation side. Everything's getting so saturated, it's hard to make money. So I'm at a point now. It's one of those things you just have to think on for several months. Been thinking on it for years. I've only had this machine for 2 years. I've liked the excavator, it's great. But with the economy and everything, I'm just done with it. It's not worth it, to be honest with you. So that's just mine. And that's just one thing you don't see much is the other side. The financial side's the hardest side. So, and what's crappy is YouTube just now started paying, which ain't a lot at all. Like, it's enough to feed tank up. That's it. Until I get bigger. That's a nice rock. So hopefully I won't flip this thing in there. If I don't flip it and we make it, we got one more job after this, and we'll see. We're probably, I've been looking at some 40,000 pound excavators, which, you know, I've got my semi low boy. I've got to do some work too, so we'll be working on it. And because I gave 50K for this, so that was right around COVID time. ever since the customer had like run me over here to show me like a low spot. He wanted me to make sure before I wouldn't fall in it and get hurt. But I'm gonna mulch this up right here and kind of clean up this lower side. You can see I got from the pond down, which is a pretty good ways off, way over here, come through here, and I got around this massive tree. Like, it's probably the width of this machine. I mean, it's massive. So some of the branches was mulchable, or you know, I cut them up and busting them up, but I'm fixing to clean this up right here, clean this up, and then he said something about cleaning this other side over here. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. I just kind of pushed as far as I could today, and for his 8 hours, and then I'll do 8 hours tomorrow, which should get me cleaning up this corner all the way over here. I mean, it's probably at least a 5-acre pond. I mean, it goes way over here behind these chicken houses down through here. So, massive pond. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this, and we'll time lapse this last bit.